been a watershed, shall we say, that provides Americans with the right to clean water. It's to make sure that you have rivers to swim in and to recreate in, but more importantly, that when you turn on the tap in your kitchen, you're not worried about what's coming out of that tap. That's the fundamental piece of the Clean Water Act, and it's done so much in the last 50 years to get us there. And it's making sure that those communities that have been most overburdened by pollution, whether it's air pollution or water pollution, are treated in a way that corrects and rights wrongs of the past. Just think about the iconic Boston Harbor, totally polluted, with wastewater, sewage directly being dumped into the Boston Harbor for decade upon decade upon decade. It took the Clean Water Act and litigation, activities by advocates, state government, federal government to step up and finally provide the kind of treatment that's necessary to end up with Boston Harbor being what it is now, a jewel and an economic driver in New England.
The city of Boston is really looking to green infrastructure, not just because of its value in managing stormwater and removing pollutants from stormwater, but also because of all the co-benefits that it has and the additional benefits to the city. We spent decades focusing on combined sewer overflows, and separating our stormwater and sewer infrastructure was the primary goal so that we reduce the amount of sewage that ended up in our waterways, which was fabulous and has had great effects on water quality in the country. But the problem is that we now have a bunch of stormwater that's been separated out of our combined systems that is all going to our waterways without any treatment at all. And so green infrastructure allows us to manage and pre-treat our stormwater before it's discharged directly to our water bodies, which is how storm drain systems are largely designed. So it's a kind of an important piece of this next step in stormwater management, that has kind of come after the CSO separation stage.
So we're getting larger precipitation events, and we're getting sea level rise, and the combination between those will mean more inundation, more flooding, more stresses on wastewater treatment facilities, and all of the infrastructure around them. And so we really have to focus on what infrastructure dollars we have now to improve that infrastructure.
We're intentionally looking at bringing in partners that are impacted by water or who take some of the products like reuse water and biosolids for their agriculture or their industrial facilities and so on, getting us all in the room to really foster that collaboration that's so necessary for the next stage of the Clean Water Act.
The future of clean water means that those communities that still don't have access to clean water, I mean, we could think of big cities in the news, the Flint, Michigans and the Jackson, Mississippis, but it's true throughout any region in the United States where there's some communities that are still enduring sewage backups, flooding in their communities, don't have access to clean water. The Clean Water Act needs to be used to address those wrongs and provide those families and those communities with clean water like everyone should have.